me! Fuck!
Because if you're willing to do the work, you can have anything. That's what makes the US of A great. When it started, America was just a handful of scrawny colonies. Now, it's the most buff, pumped-up country on the planet. That's pretty rad.
Most people say they want to look better. Not everyone's willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. All of my heroes are self-made. Rocky, Scarface, all the guys from The Godfather, they all started out with nothing and built their way to perfection. The way to prove yourself is to better yourself. That's the American dream.
I have no sympathy for people who squander their gifts. It's sickening. It's worse than sickening. It's unpatriotic.
I spot people for a living when you get right down to it. Gives the client security and a little extra help to push themselves harder. When I was young, there was a rich kid lived 2 blocks over. Little prick had a new bike every Christmas.
Your ashes are looking great.
And his parents took him on vacations to places like Paris and France. And I didn't hate him. I just thought it'd be cool to see France. But I knew that wasn't ever gonna happen unless I did something about it.
Let's go, set. So what's going on, DL? You've been unfocused all day, man.
You ever just get tired of being where you are, Adrian?
No, I kind of like it here. I mean, the weights are new to me.
I mean in life, man. Where you are in life. I mean, look at us, man. Superman. Come on! Don't you think we deserve better? 'Cause I do.
And I do too.
Then fucking act like it, man. Come on.
That's why when these roids kick into this chocolate mass, baby, I'm gonna be unstoppable. I ain't making no more tacos. I ain't cleaning up after nobody's tacos. I'm putting my beef in their tacos, baby. Everybody gonna eat some of this.
That's what I'm talking about. You walked in that door, you were 28% body fat, you wanted to be 6. I gave you that. You want to be 2? I will give you that. You deserve that. You want to be a monument to physical perfection? You want to be a shrine? You should be. You want to change, right? All you got is change in that fanny pack. Is that what you want? When's the last time you paid your rent when it was due? When's the last time you took one of those plump bitches out to dinner and you didn't sweat them morning dessert? You love those big bitches. And they love to eat. It's okay. That's important. This being broke shit, it's got to stop, man. You need some money to go with that body, man.
Daniel just wanted to be like everyone. Everyone that wants the American dream.
All I ever wanted out of life was what everyone else had. Not more. Just not the less I was used to. Well, I took a real swing for it, you know? And for a while, it was like I always thought it would be. I was one of you, and it felt good. People finally saw me like I saw myself, and you can't ask for more than that. Maybe I did, though. Maybe it got so I didn't want to be equal to anymore. I wanted to be better than. And that's a recipe for injury. That doesn't mean you give up, though. You rest, you heal, and you get back on that bench. Life is going to give me another set, and I'm going to rock it. Because my name is Daniel Lugo, and I believe in fitness.
Today is just another day. It's the sort of day that will offer you chances.
What if you just had one more day? What would you do differently? How much time have you already spent worrying instead of doing something that you love?
somebody should tell us right at the start of our lives that we're dying, then we might live life to the limit. Every minute of every day. Whatever you want to do it now. There are only so many tomorrows. I say to you that if you're driven by anything other than your love, than your spirit, your desire to grow and expand, if you're driven by your need to please others, if you're driven by your fear, if you're driven by your past, it's time to free yourself. And the way to do it is decide. Decide consciously what you want your life to be about.
Our life is dynamic. It's constantly changing. But it comes with a decision that you're going to divorce the story of your past, the lies you've been telling yourself that you should change, and you're going to enter into this new life where you must change. You're going to go from that should to a must. So why don't you start today? Why don't you make a decision that you're not going to be this person anymore, and you are going to be on a new path with the decision that you make today.
Decide consciously what's the purpose of your life. Something simple. Something you can live every single day. I challenge you to hold yourself to a higher standard. I challenge you to realize that you're here for a purpose. There's something for you to do and be here. You might die tomorrow, you might die in 6 weeks, you might die in 6 months, you might die in 6 years. It doesn't matter how long you're going to live. What's going to matter is how you're going to live while you're here. What is the special plan for you? You've got to discover the purpose of your life. There is a plan. There is something here for you that's different than anybody else in the world, and you've got to discover what it is. Just trust your instinct and say, what is it? It was simple, it was clear, and I was living your day. Why am I here? And you've got to know what that is for you. That is what will help you to make the decisions. That'll give you the motivation to get up early and stay up late. That'll make you connect with people in a way you've never connected before, but you gotta know, what are you doing it all for? What do you really want?
We get one opportunity in life, one chance in life to do whatever you're gonna do.
So what are you gonna do with this time? What are you gonna do today?
So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. And our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way that it is, and that your life is to live your life inside the world and try not to get in too much trouble and maybe get an education and get a job and make some money and have a family. But life can be a lot broader than that when you realize one simple thing, and that is that everything around us that we call life was made up by people that are no smarter than you.
Find out what it is you want and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. But what do we say? But there'll always be tomorrow. Oh no. There's no guarantees you're going to show up tomorrow. There are a lot of people who were here yesterday, but they're not here today. There are a lot of opportunities that were around yesterday. They're not here today.
Right? There's no guarantees in life. But there is one guarantee. If you don't take action, there will be no outcome at all, no positive outcome. The only outcome will be that you didn't achieve anything. You didn't achieve what you wanted. See, a lot of people think that failure is a step backward. No, 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 no. Failure is a step forward in the right direction. Every time you fail, you learn something from it. You gain something from it. You feel less anxiety when you're doing it again. You want to think that's a step backward? That's progress in every sense of the word. Right? So these dreams come to you, these ideas, these visions come to you for a reason. And you can either act them out or not. And there's a higher power at play.
I want you to look at your life right now and think about something that's important to you, something that gives your life a sense of value. Think about something that you'd like to have, or something you'd like to create for you or your family or for society. I want you to hold this thought in mind. Now, one of the first things I want you to do is don't worry about the inner conversation that you're going to have. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. That's going to come. You're going to develop a plan of action. You will find the way. You'll become the kind of person that can attract the people, the resources, and everything you need in order to make that become reality.
If you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want.
What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it, that you talked yourself out of it? Whatever it is, bring it back out there. How you're going to do it, that will come to you in due time. See, you don't get in life what you want, ladies and gentlemen. You get in life what you are, not what you want. You see, the good news is that we can always become more by working to develop ourselves. So the first process of making this your decade, you've got to begin to take a look at your life and look at where are you right now? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What gives your life a sense of fulfillment, a sense of joy? What does a full, rich life means to you? What is it that you could love doing 7 days a week that'll bring a smile to your face?
I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream.
Find out the reasons that you do what you do. Find out the reasons that will make you strong, that will make you walk by faith and not by sight. See, I know something about you, even not knowing you, that you've got greatness within you. You have the ability to do things that you can't even begin to imagine. You have talents and skills in you that you haven't even begun to reach for yet.
Let's keep it real. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit.
Doesn't matter what happens to you. The only thing matters, what are you going to do about it?
Easy is not an option. It's hard living. Life is hard.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
How bad do you want it? Let me tell you right now that anything that you want in your life, anything that you want as part of you as a human being, as character traits, anything that you want, success, money, Anything that is important to you in your life is not going to be an easy accomplishment. Anything worthwhile is not easy. Anything worth having does not come overnight. Anything that will be worth it to you will be worth the struggle. Listen, there's a whole lot of people out there. There's a whole ton of people waiting to be successful. There's a whole lot of them. But I don't suggest that you join the waiting list for success, because that's just an endless wish list of people saying, I want it. It is no longer enough to want it. You gotta go for it. That's the only way that you're going to be successful. And today you have to stand up and fight for your dream. Today you have to stand up and go and get what's yours. While everybody else is waiting, while everybody else is relaxing, wishing for it, wanting it, hoping for it, you gotta be out there making it happen every single day. If you want to set yourself apart from the rest of the sheep herd, the rest of the people, mediocrity, average, if you want to get away from all that and into success, doing great and really being fulfilled in your life, you have to step up. Step away from average. Step away from the 97% of the population. Understand that in order for you to be successful, you need to find success and get around it and spend as much time around it as you can. You have to learn from it. You have to be constantly learning from it, and that's the only way that you will really get to where you want to be. The formula to success is really simple. However, the journey, the grind, and the hustle is by no means easy. And so if you're going to get up and take it seriously, if you're really going to go for it, you have to get this straight through your head straight away. It's going to require all of you. Every little piece of you, that last bit of energy, everything that you have, all your resources, all your money, all your time, all your energy has to go in it, invest it into it. No other options, one way, and that's the only way. You want to make something big happen, it's going to take a while. You want something that's worth something to you, that's going to take effort, that's going to take hard work and dedication. And stop looking for the overnight success. Stop Googling, stop looking at Facebook, stop checking all the shit that you don't need to be checking. Focus on what is important in order for you to get your goal. The easiest thing in the world is to be distracted. There are so many distractions out there. There's a billion of them. And being successful is very often all about deciding that you are not going to fall for the distractions. You have to be able to stay focused on your goal and to keep going every single day, no matter how hard it gets. You are the only one that can make your life what you want it to be. There is no one else that is responsible for your condition. Look, if you want success in life, try taking some responsibility. The moment that you take responsibility for your life is the moment that everything shifts. Decide that you will not leave it up to anyone else. Not to school, not to your parents, not to your friends, not to your siblings, not anybody else. No one else is responsible for your success but you, and that puts the power in your hands.
Dear hard work, I used to hate you. When you called my name, I heard it but ran away from you. When I knew you were coming, I used to hide from you. When you influenced others to talk to me, I quickly made excuses to get away from you. Afraid of the pain because I didn't want to get hurt. Afraid to fail, so I didn't even try. And afraid of your name, because of what you have done to others. Who do you think you are? Making me so afraid of who you are. Reflection in the mirror, shadow behind me, I take one step and you're still ahead of me. Sweat in my face, tears in my eyes. I keep on going. I heard you tell no lies. You turn the poor to rich, F to A's. Is there anything that you can't do? Now look at me. You made me who I am today. And because of you, I have this never losing, never giving up attitude. Quitting? That's not in my vocabulary. When they quit, I keep going. When they sleep, I work harder. When they say that I can't and count me out, I show them that I can. When I tell them about my dreams and they laugh, I make sure I laugh last. I'm a dream chaser. That means I chase my dreams and no one else's. Only I can defeat me. It's me against this work you put on me. There's no losing. I will not lose. This far, and I'm not stopping now. Oh, hard work. My dad was right about you. You do pay off. And because of that, I love you. How can I not? I'm no longer hiding from you. I'm waiting for you. Matter of fact, where are you? I need you. Because in hard work, I trust.
Thought of failure, that's a question I'll always will remain. Do I sit back and listen to the critics, the doubt? Do I want to sit back and remain the same? That's a question I repeatedly ask myself. The reason I do what I do is to lift others as well as myself. Inspired to be inspired. No, I haven't made it to my destination yet. So does that mean I end my trip short? Hell no. No, because my ambition can never be belittled. I'm glad Jesus never gave up on us. He died for you, so why not live for him? People tell me you're not good enough, G. You're not strong enough, G. You're not fast enough. That's why I continue to work, outwork my competition. You sleep, I grind. You fuel my fire. My passion is beyond passionate. My pain is beyond my struggle. Strength isn't how much you can handle before you break. Strength isn't how much you can handle after you done broken. Maybe I won't reach my dreams. Well, at least I done guided a young man to reach theirs. Will I reach my dream? The question remains. But like I always say, if you give up on yourself, who else will believe in you? So till then, I'ma fight. Blood, sweat, tears, I'ma fight. I'm gonna get through it. I love being an underdog. You turn your back on me, I'm just gonna tell you, watch your back, cause I'm coming. I'm coming with a vengeance. Vengeance that I will reach my full potential. Every time I say, you already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from me. The poorest man's not one without a penny. The poorest man's one without a dream. Chase your dreams. take no days off.
If you died today, what dreams, what ideas, what gifts, what talents, what voice, what stories will die with you? See, a lot of people go to work every day miserable, and all they do is just talk about how miserable they are, but they don't do anything about it. You know that you're deliberately operating below your potential. You've gotten comfortable. You stop expanding, you stop stretching, you stop challenging yourself. It's hard living. Life is hard. So most people don't use their imaginations. Most people don't dream anymore. Why? Because through the conditioning process of life, after so many rejections, see, you know what you can do. You know what you have done, and you also have seen what has been done by others in your environment and by others in your circumstances. Then you look at where you want to go, and what most people do, they do that which they feel they know that can work because they've already done it or they've seen it done. And so they allow their negative history to determine the possibilities for them. And so when they run into a roadblock, even if they have something beyond their comfort zone, when they run into a roadblock, something happens to them. Most people allow life to control them and their circumstances. Look into the future. What is it you want? What is it you'd like to create for you? You want to make your dream come true, you got to stay focused. Some people rather get even than get ahead. Stay focused on where you want to go. This is not going to be it for my life. I deserve more than this. See, that will start making you do some stuff. Not only is it possible for you to have your dream, but it's necessary. It's necessary that you have it, that you work on it, that you develop yourself, that you go for what is yours in the universe. The major key to your reaching your dream, your living up to your greatness, your making your contribution to your making things happen in your life is you. That you've got to take personal responsibility to make it happen. That you make it happen, that you don't give up, that you don't take any objection or disappointment or defeats personally, that you keep on keeping on, that you don't decide that I can't make it because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Live your life with passion, with some drive. You've got to remind yourself that you've got powers within you, talents within you that you haven't even reached for yet. See, whatever dream you got, that dream, that idea, that has been given to you. There's no guarantee that because somebody is now down on their luck, they can never come back. Who can guarantee that you can't make it? That you can't have your dream? Who can guarantee that you can't do what you want to do? No one can do that. No one can predict that. All we need to do is we look at our dreams as we get ready to hit the floor. I'm blessed and highly favored.
Pushing up from the backside. They don't see them yet. They're coming around the corner. Now they see them, and down they go. Body after body, and the last guy goes down. There's not one survivor left. Taking up that half right now, and here comes the waterfall. Not one, not two, not three, but four guys pushing off the rally. Tickets are dead even right now. This is anyone's competition. That right there is what Competitive Squad is all about. Greetings, everyone. Hanik 31 coming at you live from a Chicago International Squad Knockout Tournament. Group C, FFO AO9 coming at you. This will be a great matchup here. This will close out the into play for International Squad Knockout Tournament Premier Division. FFO 1 loss. Army of 9 2-2, looking to make a push to try to get into that initial Premier season. We'll have this match coming up to you live here as we are switching maps right now to live the Core Valley AAS V2, which is where all of this action will go down. FFO, the Season 1 champions of International Squad Knockout, they will be the tough ones to crack here for Army of 9. Army of 9, a very new clan to the North American scene here. So it's nice that we'll get a beautiful matchup here on the Chicago server. Both teams will have great ping. We shouldn't have any issues with switching servers, things like that. So both of these teams here going to get right out the gate with, we're going to be on the FFO side here first. They're going to be Russians. AO9 on the U.S. side of things. Let's get into an admin cam here. Or, well, not a min cam, but let's get into a squad here so you can hear what FFO is saying, if they have anything. But I'm sure a lot of these guys, knowing them, they lock down these strats well ahead of time, that there's not going to be a lot of communication, just kind of last-minute jargon. Core Valley is a very linear map here. There's a lot of access area, but pretty much it's a hightail right to Hemp Farm. Middle of the map where you're going to see both of these teams try to race there as fast as they can with these vehicles, get a hab down, get spawns directly on Hemp, and just charge bodies in. Great farm. There's a lot of sight lines control from Orchard. You can shoot down with vehicles almost all the way across the map. So vehicles will be a heavy, heavy thing here for both teams. It's going to be important for them to manage that because the tickets are what can hurt you on those vehicles the most, so keeping them back out of play. But it's always interesting here. U.S. is always simply at a slight disadvantage here at the beginning. I've usually seen Russians storm in much quicker. You can see here the fob mark on a building just down the road from Hemp Farm. It might be where they put their radio and their hab to try to get fast in there. Back in the day, the waterfall fob was mainly just get the fob directly on Hemp, reinforce it, and then have everyone spawn in. But now with the building of the hab, it takes a little bit longer to get things where you need them as far as getting all of your men onto the point. So we're going to have to really see here how this plays out. 40 seconds, and again, we'll take a quick look at FFO, how they are stacking up with their squads. Looks like Backpack leading a 6-man group, followed by a 3-man group, another 7-man group, and another 5-man group. So they're kind of mixing things up here a little bit here. Very interesting. It feels like they're really pushing for the rally points, is because getting the multiple spawns in and controlling the flanks is the most important thing right now in a map like this, because it's wide open. You got to have coverage in a lot of different areas. So mixing up these squads, very interesting here. As we are now live, we'll swing up in the sky, way too far up in the sky. This map has you way out.
Yeah, grab a 30 mil, go straight down the road. Try not to lose it.
So it sounds like they're just controlling their vehicles here, FFO. This is where they're going to want to get great farm. They're going to head to Hemp Farm. But you can see FFO already out the gate. And you can see in typical FFO fashion, the Logi is always the fastest one out, and that's Backpack leading the charge with his Logi truck swinging straight up to this building where we saw that fob marker. So they're going to try to get down here. Let's swing over and see what Army of 9. You can see they're very well spread out here as they're racing with the Logi of their own. Oh, no, that is a troop transport, so they're going all in with the troops as they jump a water here. Here comes the Striker. Flecktarn Hitman Actual, and they peg the bridge. That'll slow them down just slightly, and that might be a difference here because all these men if they unload here fast, they might be able to get a rally down, at least get some more bodies on here, but they're not getting the open engagement from FFO. As here comes FFO with their own troop transport. It's head-on collision time. As they hop out, Bob Kebab. Oh, and he gets shot. He goes down. FFO wins the head-on battle with the vehicles. Rally down, troops out. You can see Army of 9 to the north. FFO coming in from the south. It's all about controlling your sectors here. So Army of 9 not pushing off, and a grenade comes in. Only gets Heber Hammer a little bit. More nades, one right in the window. Harbinger of Death goes down. Oh, and here comes some rockets flying in. A lot of damage flying in. FFO controlling the fields. Army of 9 now only has these 5 or so guys on the flag, so they need reinforcements big time. You can see Bear Jew way to the north in what looks like to be the Crow Humvee. That is the Crow Humvee, so he's going to try to help out his men a little bit here. The remainder of Army of 9 is on foot. It looks like they're getting down their own establishment. Barrow controlling the northern road.
Yeah, they're walking into the east side. I'm going to try and find their hab in a second.
So FFO all over this point, clears out Army of 9. You can see Bob Kebab coming in now on foot, who was in the vehicle earlier. Down he goes. September trading some blows, but he'll survive. You can see a rally down. Fishbowl down here.
Striker on the bridge.
Flecktarn with the striker. So here they are now. Backpack try to flank to the south. Flecktarn, though, using the vehicle to a great advantage, using those optics, controlling the river. So Army of 9 here doing a great job of controlling line of sights as we hear an explosion. That's Bear Jew going down to the north and Archangel going down. So it looks like a BTR and the Crow Humvee both go down. Barrow kind of the lone man surviving. You can see in the top right there, 474 tickets for Russia, 482 for the U.S. And here comes some mortars directly on top. So Army of 9 choosing to go with the mortars. That's going to push FFO indoors and more off of the flag and out of the field. More mortars coming in. Fourth rider here trying to get some sight lines of that 30 mil on Flecktarn and that striker. Let's try to take a look at what he sees here, and you can see that tree.
In front of you there, BTR. That shot.
So taking some pop shots here, but they don't have line of sight on Flecktarn. He is still in a great position at that bridge. So Army of 9 trying to gain a foothold on FFO. Mortars coming in right on top over here. It looks like it's right on top of Bill Nye and APOC. So Army of 9 now, this is the kind of advantage they needed. Mortars cut back a little bit. That might be a couple on friendly territory. Nerdshade getting hit a little bit. So now these mortars changing the tide. Army of 9 getting an entrance now. Hopefully they cut these things off fast enough. Number 2 picking them off as they try to get in the wall. Doesn't see Bob Kebab right there. And oh, he goes down from Bob. So here comes some more mortars. So AO9 definitely going to want to stop that here shortly. Flecktarn still engaging. Naps goes down in the river. And September might have had a shot. And September gets hit with a rocket. He's going to have to fall back now, but he doesn't notice that that's a disadvantage to having that vehicle. One man in it. He's going to have to change his angle here. So more mortars going down. Magnum and Bill Nye go down again to mortars right in the middle of the field. Army of 9 doing a great job. Mortars coming in hot, and Spooky and Broken go down. Another beautiful thing, and you can see the body fly over the wall. September says, holy crap, as those mortars made him fly. Fourth rider still smoking. I think he got more hits. More mortars coming in on the alley. Discombobulating FFO. Oh, there goes FFO's troop transport vehicle, which takes down I Love Your Backpack and Ballman. And that's about 7 or 8 mortar kills in the matter of a minute for Army of 9. And they got these dialed on the entrance here. This is just phenomenal work by Army of 9, controlling the day with these mortars. And now they're moving them north. They've got them more south. FFO really being forced into a pinch here. The one Achilles heel many times over for FFO has been mortars. She's shot here trying to move up with September. Bear Jew in the window. They know he's there. They don't got an angle. Knapp's pushing up September. They're going to try to flank at the same time on him. Coming in, oh, and down he goes from shot. So FFO moving into some of these buildings in the north. You can see the U.S. has officially captured Hemp Farm. So take a look at the map there. You can see U.S. does control it. The ticket bleed slowly in their favor, but FFO currently does have the bodies on it. You can see the blinking bulb here showing you that FFO is capturing this back on their side now. We'll take a quick look to see if any of Army of 9 is moving up. It looks like Clink swinging around over near Great Farm. Controlling, looks like a Humvee on the road. Hitman Actual is actually moving up himself as a solo crew, taking out Jero, the mortar crew for FFO. So the one man, he found the radio as well. So this was the three-man group for FFO. As you can see, Laser Bear over here trying to figure out where his men went down from. So Hitman Actual flanking all the way around him. FFO unable to control their own mortars. Laser now trying to just guard it as Hitman Actual comes out from behind him. Just waiting for that perfect shot. I want to say he saw him. No, he did not see him. So Laser survives the hab. Here there comes the guys spawning again. JJ and Ghost. Spawning on those mortars. Now there's Hitman Actual just waiting for them to get back on. Laser goes down now. Got a shot on Hitman, though. So as Hitman tries to cause more chaos on the mortar crew, we're going to swing back over here. Here is Clink now coming up behind the FFO lines in an open top Humvee. You can see there's a troop transport with a rally right next to it. So FFO using the rally as kind of a flanking measure. They can tell when someone comes from behind when that disappears. And you can hear some of that 30 mil firing. Army of 9 now being pushed off the point, so those mortars need to get back up. They need to do something like much. I'm not sure if that was, looking back now, FFO's own mortars or Army of 9s. It had to have been Army of 9s. I don't remember seeing any sort of friendly fire messages. So Russian neutralizing Hemp Farm. We'll swing back over here just real quick to see. Oh, and this isn't good. Benimer and Baron von Noodles flip the Logi right outside of Maine, and it's things like that that can cost you a match here because they need those Logi supplies to get up either to their mortars or back to the front line to be able to control what FFO is doing. And you can see here they got looks like a fob down to the north, so a nice little fallback fob. So at least they're planning for the worst. Planning for the worst by having a backup fob of some sort in case this one goes down directly in the middle of the map. That puts all the pressure onto Hemp Farm. So FFO back in the point here. Army of 9 trying to make it a point to get back in. This would be their chance. There is not a lot of FFO nearby. Fourth Rider here getting shot a little bit as he tries to get up over this wall. He's just not sure of where that fire is coming from, but that is a beautiful shot right through the smoky lines here as we swing through where that bullets are flying out of. Look at this angle that Fishbowl had on his crow. So that was a beautiful sight line right on that wall where Fourth Rider was with his 30 millimeter. Now Army of 9 getting a foothold back in here. You can see 441 to 413, and here comes some more mortars. So this is the FFO mortars coming directly on top of the Army of 9 hab. So FFO now using the mortars to their advantage. Slightly too far here, but you see a lot of Army of 9 now going down as Hebrew Hammer shot, clearing them out one by one. Cameron B93 right outside the door, and he goes down to Hebrew. And just to the south, September getting dropped by Flecktarn, and a missile rocket goes out from Bill Nye. But he goes down. Flecktarn, Swanee, and Bearju winning that battle. So the mortar crew for FFO now trying to sustain Army of 9. It's long enough for FFO to capture this point. Bearju bleeding out next to the wall, takes some damage. You can see Tricky right here in that 30 now. On this road, it's engaging Fishbowl. So Fishbowl narrowly avoiding, but you can see Fourth Rider giving a chase. He's got Ballman as his eyes. Ballman with that heavy rocket just misses to the left of Fishbowl. I think that's enough to scare any man as Fishbowl looks like he's bowing out of there. Definitely compromised inside of that Humvee. So FFO, you can see they are starting to take a strong foothold as those mortars are right on top of the hab, and there's bodies everywhere. Clink is now hurt. Clink goes down. More Kill Switch gets hurt. And oh, a mite on top of Barrow and Kill Switch. They go down. No one can even spawn on this thing. Bearju spawning out here. He's hurt. He's going to have Russians cap hemp farm. More mortars, and there goes the hab with the mortars. FFO on point with the mortars. Bearju goes down for good measure. There's no Army of 9 left inside of the hemp farm area. FFO's mortars simply wrecking everyone that was alive here for Army of 9. The remainder guys tricky out to the east, taking a quick look around here. Harbinger of Death, you can see he is down. You can see Hitman Actual here. And with this Crow, you can see Magnum definitely knows he's there from hearing that. Spooky moving up as well as Scarface. Taking a shot. Shot B not moving. So those mortars did a lot of work here on Army of 9. Just wow, back and forth here. I could not believe that Army of 9's mortars taking out FFO so they could cap, and then FFO's mortars taking out the hab and Army of 9. So the advantage here for FFO is they don't have to dig this up. But you can see over here, number 2 is on top of the radio. So he hears that. He's probably going to move to a position of cover. Oh, and he pulls a rocket out the worst time possible. Tries to do a little zigzag, but Flecktarn takes him down. APOC now up on the radio. So Flecktarn here trying to do what one man can do. Just try to control the day here and try to save the radio if he can. Here comes some Army of 9 men. They're moving in. Swanee and Kill Switch trying to get some of his guys back up. That's Deccan and Tricky. Barrow off to the west of him. And oh, a grenade right on top. He won't be getting him up today. I believe that was wired 24/7. A beautiful grenade. I mean, you could not place that any more accurately. So here's Spooky now. Has a flank, and he definitely sees this striker. You can see Scarface off to the south. So FFO doing a sweep and clear of everything. FFO now calling in mortars directly on top of the next point they're going to have to take. You can see Insurgent checkpoint now, as it looks like Army of 9 having to move back from their main. Here comes their Logi running by. You got Ghost, Hugo, Huffy, Baron Von Noodles driving the Logi. So these mortars, no one on the point yet. Oh, that one gets Clink right in the middle. So FFO definitely saying, hey, if you want to go mortars, we can go mortars as well. They've got these things dialed in. Army of 9 is going to be scared to put any bodies on that flag, though, because FFO has just got these mortars nonstop here. Army of 9's radio currently in a world of pain. Lieutenant Moose digging it up, but Swanee, you can see him just through this wall. He tried to run away. You can see it repopulate. That's because of the lack of Russians in the area. So as soon as he dug it to 1/3 health, let's swing back out here real quick. Naps taken down. Decker, Kill Switch right there. Pickle, he fired a little too soon, but now he takes down Kill Switch. Flecktarn waiting, though, because he knows he's got to come to him. So exchanging some shots. So they're saying, doing everything they can to save this radio. FFO, looks like they did dig up the hab. Now FFO has a couple guys. Swanee, though, has a law out. So as he dipped out, Pickle and Nerdshade swept in. Oh, Pickle, there he goes. He got him. So Archangel in that vehicle scared Swanee enough. And let's see these mortars, how they're doing over here. It looks like, So they're just trying to pick anything off moving in there. You can see Backpack tried a small incursion with his Logi truck. Did not go as he planned. So now Army of 9 has their own Logi truck. Much like Game of Thrones here. Spoiler alert. Army of 9 has a Dragon Logi truck on the bridge here. So they've got that held hostage now. FFO, though, definitely has still the control of the map. They take down the radio with help from Archangel inside of this BTR. So Pickle getting wired up, and now they're getting Nerd Shade up. So Army of 9 here trying to regain a foothold, but FFO, they control Hemp Farm. They are pushing the insurgent checkpoint. You can see Army of 9 now. Definitely their main strategy here has changed because a lot of that push by FFO has pushed them off their game. A lot of them on foot, mainly spread out. Spooky, Cameron, Bob, Valik, and Bearju now pushing back into insurgent checkpoint. You can see FFO focusing mortars to try to just clear out any remaining guys anywhere in the open. Radio still to the north. Here's their backup hab right in the middle of the trees here. So Flectarn moving to the north. Oh, and Hugo and Ghost going down. So now these optics here by Archangels, we swoop through his line of sight. You can see him way down the way on the road. So these optics definitely playing a part here in the vehicles. And it's almost, I feel almost a little bit bad for Army of 9 because FFO, after losing last week to Mumble Marines, you can tell they made it a point here to come out strong and fast. When they lost Hemp Farm, they came in with the mortars, and now the vehicle support, you can see beautiful here. Archangel controlling the north, the 30mm by 4th Rider to the south road. And they are completely controlling all of these roads, and it looks like here we're going to do a little FFO drive-by. What they like to do is load up everyone they can in this vehicle. You can hear Backpack say, we're going to hop out when we get close. Sarge takes a rocket right to him. Backpack hopping out. Here they go. So they have to get out a little bit earlier than they wanted to. The Backpack goes down. Nerdshade goes down. Bearju goes down. Bill Nye pushing the other side of the wall. Oh, Sarge is right here, and he doesn't see him. Fumaza's back. Shot in the back. Sarge, oh, and he takes down Wired. So a lack of clearing that corner. Bill Nye's right there, and Bill Nye didn't even see him. Bill Nye is looking the other way. Sarge, for whatever reason, doesn't see him as well. And another rocket right in Archangel's stomach. I don't believe Naps or Pickle or Bill have any idea. I don't know how. The communication here, Archangel really needs to know that he needs some help here to clear this out. Sarge out of ammo, though. Down he goes, taken down. Now Pickle finally realizes there's someone in this direction. Oh, before Bill goes down, Pickle was able to clear him out. So Mortar's just still doing work there, just non-stop here for FFO. You can see Flectarn and Deccan, the only ones nearby for Army of 9. Oh, and Bill Nye dies crossing the street from Spooky up to the north. So these mortars still continuing to come in. And you can see here, Scarface. Looks like he's just trying to see if there's anyone nearby his lodge. He did not see Old Man Hitter. So mortars still continuing to rain in. Fumaza and Pickle Von Dill, the only FFO nearby now, as Bill went down on the road. So Bearju just to their north. Oh, and they saw their head. Bearju going down. Huffy's hit. Pickle's hit. He's going to have to bandage here. Fumaza now picking up his angle. Pickle. Oh, and he dies from bleeding out, so not a good thing. Not what you want. Fumaza now going to push that corner. More and mortars still continuing to rain in. I don't think they've stopped this entire game, as FFO is all over with these mortars, just non-stop raining in hell. Old Man Hatter, Deccan, Barrow, Flectarn here now to the south. So since they can't get on the point due to these mortars, Army of 9 is just controlling the road, which is a beautiful strategy as well because FFO has to cross it in order to get anywhere near the flag. So Army of 9 now controlling. You can see to the north there's Backpack and Wired, Nerdshade moving in from the north more. As the mortars continue to move in, let's take a quick look at the map, make sure there's nothing that we're really missing here. So it does look like there's one random troop way up here. It's Harbinger of Death. Way up here in no man's land, just kind of left, maybe just looking for something. Whether it's rallies or a fob, I'm not sure what he's specifically going. You can see here, oh man, Army of 9 dug up the FFO hab. But at what cost here? 4th Rider came and helped clear it out, so Army of 9 spending a lot of time trying to focus on these mortars, and rightfully so, because so far, FFO all over with the mortars, right on top of their habs, right on top of their troop reinforcements. Now 390 to 240, so these tickets starting to get a little bit more narrow. You can see Backpack wired up here to the north now engaging. They're cleared out in almost an entire, about half a squad of Army of 9. Backpack taking down Valik. So now Backpack moving in. You can see more guys funneling in. Wired getting up Nerdshade. Fumaza Broken coming in a little bit behind him. So now Backpack moving up. Old Man Hatter, the only one that's even near the point right now. So Backpack waiting for some support. He has Fumaza rolling in. You can see Pickle moving in. Tricky holding that door, though. So Army of 9 just trying to control these different sectors. Normally you like to sit on the point, but definitely Army of 9 realizing they don't want to. Pickle going down to Tricky. So these mortars forcing them off, changing the gameplay up a little bit. And look at Backpack. Fumaza now pushing off the point here, probably looking for the spawn, which they don't realize is to the north, but it looks like one FFO has, oh, and wow, 3 of them dead. Broken now. 3 kills, 4, oh, almost 4 kills. Swanee takes him down. Swanee gonna bleed out before he gets a chance to bandage, though, as he dies with his back to the wall. So Broken doing a good job. He probably has a realization of where they're spawning from now, as Nerdshade, Magnum, and Wired are on the point. And I think if it's not for Cameron, they might be capping it. I think because this one is round, it's one big capture point. It's easy for me to see under the map, and yeah, it's not blinking yet. So FFO, as Nerdshade now goes down, so now they definitely need more bodies on here to start capping. They haven't really been able to funnel out a lot of guys to the flag, though. You can see Army of 9 trying to do anything they can to kind of keep FFO at bay by pushing in different angles. Fishbowl on fire in this Humvee, trying to just get out of there. Finally gets the fire off Fishbowl. Heber Hammer, though, on his path. So Army of 9 still trying to just control now. Insurgent checkpoint. Magnum is on the rooftop, the last remaining FFO man on the flag. Bob trying to clear it out. Oh, and there's Magnum shooting, takes Cameron down. And the old FPS thing that you're going to do all the time is reload after you get a kill. And that'll cost him here as Bob pushes up behind him, clears him out. FFO back off of the point. Army of 9 now controlling the north again. So Army of 9 reinforcing all of their positions very well. Fumaza taking Barrow down. You can see Hugo and Clink to the north. Ghost here along the wall. So as soon as a weakness is found by FFO, Army of 9 plugs it up with more bodies. FFO really content holding the middle flag. Haven't seen a strong push by them yet, really.
Whatever. It's not intentional.
It's trying to just push anything they can right now, but I would be surprised if FFO eventually here doesn't try to do some sort of massive dump, so to speak, of players directly on this flag. As Naps and Pickle are in. I don't know why Tricky didn't shoot. He didn't shoot at Naps, who ran right by him. I don't know if he thought it was his own man or what, but Naps ran right into the building, and Pickle trying to follow suit. Tricky shoots him. So Naps here getting right in behind. He'll be able to probably shoot Tricky right in the head, say thank you very much, but he's going to sit in the stairwell for now. Hitman Actual in the field, engaging Wired and Nerdshade up here in the fields. FFO Fumaza moving more to the north. So FFO with these 1 or 2. Nerd going down to a beautiful grenade. And oh, Hitman almost went down to a grenade. Gets some damage. But right now, FFO is really content controlling the fields. They're really spread out here. They're doing a great job. You can see Archangel here in the river controlling that southern side. Something you haven't seen a lot of since the beginning of the match has been the U.S. strikers. Army of 9 might need to do a page out of FFO's book and just load up all they can into that and unload all bunch of guys directly on Hemp Farm, because right now they're at a huge disadvantage. Scarface made it all the way over here to the fallback radio for Army of 9. So Scarface, one of the resident FFO fob-finding men, that is one of the things, all he does. He is one of those guys who can smell them out very good. And that was way past U.S. Maine. Almost want to say USSR there. So Army of 9 now still controlling. Nap still alive on top of Insurgent checkpoint. And takes down Tricky. So he thanks Tricky for allowing him to get into the building to begin with. And I think well, no, he did not hear Sarge. Now he does, I think. No, he did not. He goes down nap, so Sarge clears him out. FFO now here looks like they're trying to get some of their more vehicle support to the North 4th Rider in this 30 mil. Oh, he sees Sarge on that rooftop. And now he sees Spooky keeping them at bay. So Flecktarn and Spooky going down to splash damage right up against the wall. Flecktarn definitely not going to want to peek out there. So FFO here. Oh, and Archangel now coming really far to the south here. That's Archangel in that other BTR. So they're using their vehicles now, pushing up. Bill Nye.
There's no one inside Insurgent. They're just all around.
You can hear FFO calling that out. Fishbowl in a Crow Humvee, so they might be coming after. Oh, look at number 2 here, sitting beautifully. So FFO using these scouts, a rocket, and that was right through these doors. So a beautiful shot. He saw him coming around the corner, switched to here, took a shot at the road, and now Fishbowl is going to have to literally go right back to main where he came from. So FFO just controlling these roads. Number 2 with the lat, just sitting there controlling it. So beautiful job. FFO controlling the roads, controlling the river. You can see Bill Nye funneling around. They're trying to find this radio. This is the one thing. I think they know where they're spawning from. Here's Backpack. Definitely sees the hab now. Kill switch taking Backpack down. But this radio is the one thing that they have not been able to find. So Army of 9 placed this beautifully way to the north. FFO identifying the hab, and uh-oh. This spells trouble. 4th Rider just sitting there waiting, but he doesn't realize Army of 9 has about 5 guys off to his west. He could fire to take this thing down. Down goes Flecktar, and there comes a rocket right in his rear. 4th Rider's going to back up right into it, though. He doesn't realize where that came from, so he'll get another one by Ghost. So FFO now calling in their mortars to the north, and Deccan's going to go down because of the bleed. 4th Rider's going to go down now. 3 rockets, that's the end of him. He'll bleed out here. He jumps out just in the nick of time. So more mortars right on top of 4th Rider. And here comes Broken. You can see FFO responding to Backpack, saying that hab is up to the north. And you can see FFO has bodies on the cap point wired. Ballman, Pickle, Moose. Spooky, though, on top of it. The problem with Insurgent Checkpoint is it's hard to... Oh, and Ballman goes down from the window. He's in the same room as him. Oh, and Spooky takes down Moose. Watch your doors, ladies and gentlemen. Case in point, Spooky. So Pickle, Naps, and Wire now, the 3 remaining FFO hiding out in one building. As Army of 9 now responding. Oh, here comes some mortars by Army of 9. So now they're using their own mortars to try to clear out FFO. Oh, and Sarge goes down right in the face. So these are Army of 9's mortars here, taking down some of their own guys. So they need to have the communication here. You hate to see friendly fire, especially from mortars, when FFO is completely buried inside of that building. So the difference is the mortars for FFO now looks like they have kind of stopped here to the north, as Nerdshade and Backpack are now pushing this hab. Oh, no, here comes some FFO mortars. Just missing the hab here. So now Backpack falling back, might be getting a rally down for the remainder of his men. Fumaza now with him. There's the rally. So great job recognizing he needed some backup to get in there. Backpack point blank on Hugo, runs right over the wall, but Huffy takes him down. So these mortars coming in strong right now. So we got a mixture here of Army of 9 moving mortars here, FFO putting mortars here. This is just a battle of whose mortars are bigger. So you can see now here's Flecktarn and his striker. So they're using this striker now. You can tell Army of 9 really focused on this Hab. They cannot lose this or it spells all sorts of trouble. I don't know why Broken would be running that closely to the vehicle. But Flecktarn has no idea he got that close. Broken just double checking, making sure how the hell am I still alive. Oh, and a mortar right on top of Sarge and Hugo. Nerdshade pushing in strong and fast. Oh, Clint goes down so beautiful. Nerdshade didn't even see him. And now he's digging. He's digging. Oh, the mortar gets Ghost before he can get around the corner. He's still digging. And down it goes. Oh, and then the mortar takes all of them out for good measure. No, Spooky. The only medic alive is getting up Sarge, so FFO really needs more bodies in this area. The Hab is down. Oh, and then the mortar goes right on top of his face. Oh, my God, that was beautiful. FFO all over with these mortars. Again, taking down a Hab, this time with Nerdshade. About 4 shovels into it. So FFO, wow, just beautiful job here. I cannot believe how on point that was with those mortars directly on top of the medic getting the last man up for Army of 9. That would have saved their Hab. And then you can see what happens when you let Bill Nye loose on a flag with no reinforcements. He just takes them down. Valik going down. Bill controls. Now Insurgent checkpoint naps. And Lieutenant Moose running in. So they will start capping this. Oh, no, Bill goes down to Barrow, so now they won't. FFO still just hammering that Hab to the north, so no one for Army of 9 can get back up there. You can see Flecktarn still is up there in that striker, though, from a distance, just trying to keep eyes on it. And FFO looks like they found that Hab. Oh, that might have been what Broken found when he was next to Flecktarn before. And a mortar right on top of Flecktarn. So now FFO hammering in the rain. Right on top of the fob. Trying to do everything they can. Now the focus will be on that. Hitman Actual coming back to the Hab. You can see he's ready. Ready with the shovel. So Army of 9 now trying to do what they can to get back on the point. Take a quick look at tickets. 308 to 100 now for Army of 9. So FFO with almost a 208 ticket advantage, and Backpack doing the old FFO drop and drag. Here they go. They're just unloading a bunch of guys, and oh wow, look at this. They put a radio down with a Hab right next to it, and they're digging fast. Harbinger of Death with a grenade out, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Down goes Frumaza. So now what was a risky strategy here is Backpack tried to push the Hab. Now their radio is in danger. They need to get this dug up. You can see Wired and Ballman now in full dig detail. So FFO getting crazy here, trying to get an emergency Hab down. Not emergency, but kind of a let's just get in there as fast as possible Hab. This is going to get them right on the battle. Bodies everywhere. Oh, here they come. Bill Nye Moose spawn in. They're moving around. Ghost point blank here. He has something out that wasn't a gun. Harbinger of Death right to the north. He's shooting with Wired. Bill Nye goes down in the crossfire, and Wired goes down. This is just Mortar City everywhere we look, folks. Let's just swing up way to the north. Wow, this is just massive building blowing up everywhere. We got FFO to the north controlling the Hab. We got A09 to the south controlling the point. And FFO all the while has pretty much this FU Hab right in the middle of Broadway. Backpack trying to just check to make sure no one's digging. Just to his north, Harbinger of Death there. Takes him down, but not before he goes down the fourth rider. So beautiful job here. You can see Scarface saying Humvee south of Grapewood. Just as long as we've been seeing Death for this long, let's take a little bit of a break. Swing down here. Back out of the action. You can see FFO a lighter force, but still keeping guys on Hemp Farm. Fishbowl here. I think his whole job this whole game has just been to try to piss off this mortar crew. That's all he's been doing, is moving in one by one by one by one to try to clear out these mortars. Bill Nye, I wouldn't be surprised if he is a law because he just called out that that thing was coming. And there's a one shot. You betcha. I don't know why Fishbowl turned it off, maybe to get in the sights of the gun or something, and now he's hightailing it. So to go all that way, I'm not sure. He might just jump out and try to do something. You can see Ghost. Oh, and the mortar rocket just misses from Bill. So now Fishbowl knows he's clear. Here's your mortar hero for FFO, Ghost. The toughest job in all the military, folks, just sitting there in this mortar. This Ghost Cam is brought to you by Haynick31, your #1 streamer for squad. And you can see Ghost there raining in hell, doing the work for FFO. His kills and points might not show it, reflect it, but it's definitely the MVP of this match right now for FFO. So as we swing back here, FFO looks like, wow, a lot can change in a matter of a minute of me swinging over there. You can see this hab dug up, broken, the last one arrive, and Archangel moved up to the north, so this vehicle helping the coverage. They still don't have an idea if that radio is just to their east, but FFO now controls no spawns for Army of 9 other than rallies, and mortars still coming in here. FFO lost their own hab, so Army of 9 using their own mortars. I don't think we've ever seen mortars used on both sides as strongly as we have. You're almost going to need a permanent digger for FFO to keep that thing at full health. So the disadvantage of that hab, though, is FFO is right in the middle of nowhere. It might serve good here now that their hab for the U.S. is gone. But, oh, it looks like FFO, the hab's gone. What they did is I think they dug up the radio. They said this was a lost cause, but well, it wasn't say lost cause. They actually they switched out. They put a hab down emergency just to try to get this one down. They dug this up and they realized that's in a bad spot. They dug up their radio not to lose the 20 tickets. And now they're going to regroup and probably focus all the efforts on getting inside Insurgent checkpoint. So Army of 9 here just is trying to survive strictly on just rallies. You can see Backpack up to the north with Nerdshade. They'll be getting some sort of rally down here and get more spawns. And FFO, you can guarantee they're going to push in. So let's swing back to Hemp Farm as it looks like some Army of 9 here on a behind flank. Magnum going down. Old Man Hatter and Bear Jew. Bill Nye, fisticuffs on the roof. Oh, Bill Nye using the rocket for good measure to take him down. Old Man Hatter downstairs with Bear Jew. Another rocket gets Valik. Oh, fisticuffs calling out.
In the courtyard to the west of the hab.
Bill sees him, takes him down. Pickle spawning in. Naps spawning in. So FFO responding very well to this small push by Army of 9. You can see they do still have a rally off to the west of there, so they will be able to get a couple more guys back on there. So FFO responding very well, countering Army of 9's flank. So great job by Army of 9 to try to mix things up. That'll keep the pressure off a little bit over here back at Insurgent checkpoint. Flectarn off to the north. Bomb and ooh, got a rocket on him. Lost a little bit of health. Flectarn, though, trying to move back out, so I'm not sure where Fourth Rider was, who was covering the north, where he ended up going off to. Just to make sure, you can see the pegs here from the old hab. So FFO left those there. So Army of 9 could not put another one up as Nerdshade goes down the barrow. So now FFO is going to have to try to get back in. So FFO here just doing strongly, digging up their own hab fob. That was aggressive just to dig up the enemy's fob hab. That was just a beautiful job. And you can see here come the mortars again. So FFO might be doing this, peppering it right before they go in, or with 38 tickets left. Oh, it's Spooky and Flectarn go down on top of Insurgent checkpoint. So FFO here might just be pulling back. I don't see a lot of movement by FFO to try to make a move. They're probably just going to let this bleed take them home here and just try to conserve as much as they can. As you can see, Army of 9 just causing chaos with these little one-man, two-man groups. And look at these mortars coming directly on top of this radio. So Army of 9 now responding. You can see these mortars. You see it flying right on top. So the disadvantage, though, is these are... Well, that's inside. The HAB is not. So they focus that on top of that HAB. They could cause some chaos back here for FFO. The problem, though, is the Army of 9 does not have, as we take a quick 360 look, does not have anyone in the vicinity to attack that FOB HAB again, as they're all on defense. 21 tickets now. You can see FFO now to the north, Army of 9 to the south. Flecktarn inside of that striker falling back. He is damaged. Backpack Fumaza going down for Nerdshade, their only remaining one. Takes down Barrow in about 2 shots. Huffy, Ghost, Hugo pushing on him. This will be interesting here. Nerdshade is kind of probably listening for some shovel digging, which might happen here. 7 tickets. Oh, Nerdshade knows they're there now. Now he's pushing. Oh, and then he comes right on top of him. Caught him with his pants down, and Ghost going down. Hugo just the other side of the wall. Is the squad lead. Going to engage, and oh, he misses all the shots and finally gets Nerdshade. So Bauman here now is going to push in. 6 tickets remain. As a grenade comes in right on top of him. Bauman goes down. Another grenade. So about 2 tickets left here. So this is going to be the end of the first round. Mortars rule the day here for FFO. 1 ticket remaining. FFO full control. Army of 9 here just trying to get any last minute kills they can. 224, 1 ticket left for Army of 9. And there's the official 224 for FFO, 192 kills. Army of 9 actually out killing FFO, but it goes to show you that strategy here and well-placed mortars are going to get you every time. So 185 kills to 212. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. That's deaths there. So 212 for FFO, 185 for Army of 9. So kills-wise, right in the same spot. 34 revives to 32 revives. So this match strongly controlled because of mortars. And FFO Army of 9, we're going to take about a 5-minute break here to get both teams switched, ready to go. And then we'll bring you the second half here of FFO and Army of 9. Again, FFO first half winners, 224-0 for Army of 9. So now we'll switch. U.S. for FFO, Russia for Army of 9. I'm sure we'll see a lot more mortars coming in. Stand by. Up from the backside, they don't see them yet. They're coming around the corner. Now they see them, and down they go. Body after body, and the last guy goes down. There's not one survivor left. Taking up that half right now, and here comes the waterfall. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 guys pushing off the rally. Tickets are dead even right now. This is anyone's competition. That right there is what competitive squad is all about. Welcome back, everyone. Round number 2, FFO, Army of 9 here. Just getting some team switches set up before we get live for round number 2. FFO, 224-point win in the first round. Army of 9 looking to swing things back in their favor. They'll need a strong second round against a world champion fighting the fucking objective. Farouk from Fortis, here's your referee trying to get the map switches figured out and everything situated. Doing the heavy lifting. So I can sit here and just call this match for you. So here we should be good to go. Take a quick look. If we look, I should be on the Russian side once again, this time with Army of 9. And we are good to go here, folks. We are live and ready to rumble. As soon as Army of 9 gets in some squads, we'll join in into squad lead chat, see if they are using their mics here pre-game. It'll be interesting to see if they stick with what they worked on or if they mix things up here a little bit based on how it played out, especially with the mortars. Both teams going hard on those mortars. So there we go. That should be good enough for me here. We'll jump in one. So kind of interesting. The same sort of setup here for Army of 9 as FFO when they were on this side. Opting to go more with an 8-man team for...
I'm going to take the North Logi, the closest. Roger.
Keeping a couple small-man teams, so definitely sticking with the mortars seems to be the theme here. They'll probably have someone running Logi and then just a full dedicated mortar team. As you can see, most of their units will do the heavy lifting. Will be Squad 1 and Squad 3, so they're going to be doing the same thing, trying to get as many rallies up as they can to control the different angles. For FFO, it's going to be interesting, too, because FFO, the same way, now that they're using mortars as strongly that they have been, they've been using those to beautifully pepper these points before they move in, and it really complements their gameplay very well to be able to clear out enemies and then just go in with their beautiful, beautiful aiming and advanced skill when it comes to using these optics for the U.S., it'll be really interesting here. Army of 9 is really going to have their hands full, so they're going to have to make sure that they don't mess up, flip any of these lodges, run a vehicle into any walls. They got to be on point here on this Russian side. A 224-point win for the U.S. in the first round.
What Vickers bears you taking? 80A. The northmost. Copy.
So they're still just working out who's taking what vehicle.
Oh, I like that one better.
You can see them using the symbols here to kind of mark it up. So 10 seconds here, 224 points again. The first round went to FFO. They were not able to get up and push onto Insurgent Checkpoint.
Do this, guys.
But they did a beautiful job of getting hemp farm and controlling it, as now we'll go way up from the sky once again, come down into the action. We'll try to get down there as fast as we can to see how fast Army of 9 is able to swing out of their main. And again, the vehicles play such an important part early in the match. It's important to get moving really quickly, get on the road. You can see here the difference. That Logi, Baron von Noodles, BTR leading the charge. So they're going in with the heavy. Flecktarn up to the north with a 30 mil. So this might be where the mortars are going to set up, is right inside of this structure here. So that's a small. So Baron trying to set up the fob in the back for the mortars, as the other Logi here getting real reckless, flying through the river. So we'll swing over, and you can see how FFO became one of the best in the world, if not the best. Definitely returning champs, because here they are well ahead of the enemy. And the one thing they love to do is use this as a battering ram to block the road.
So we hit our little roadblock.
So Army of 9 swinging right by him. Moose. Oh, he put that a little bit too wide.
Slow as shit, already past the point.
Moose getting shot in the middle of the road. Barrow hopped out, didn't even see him, but Moose does go down. Oh, the grenade took down a lot of guys as they spawned in here. So now FFO, you can see Fourth Rider off to the south, so they're doing the same sort of stuff Army of 9 was doing. Using the sight lines to control the road. Scarface pushing up fast.
So we need to Hugo squad. He just disconnected.
Scarface going down. FFO doing a strong push to the north. Hebrew Hammer.
Whoever's leading Hugo squad, make sure you captain those back points.
APOC in September there. Oh, and a rocket comes in on top of this Logi.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are on great.
So now they're racing to get a radio down. Oh, and they don't get the radio down before a rocket comes in.
They just blew the fucking Logi.
So a huge hit to Army of 9. And now they're at a huge disadvantage, because this fob is unable to get points to build a hab. So FFO beautifully countered their own strategy. And if you're going to use a strat, you got to know how to counter it. And FFO did beautifully. They used a rocket, took down the Logi truck, and now Army of 9 has nowhere to spawn. So FFO is pushing directly up on top of him. Spooky number 2 pushing in the doorway. Kill switch goes down. Sarge is up on the stairwell. All he's got to do is peek right over. Sarge taking Spooky down, but number 2 finishes him off. So we swing around here. Here's Fourth Rider still controlling the river to the south.
One squad falling back just straight to grape, in all honesty. Are we holding for that?
You drop. I'm gonna have my guy stay here.
So Harbinger Death might be an LAT, but he's going to have to get some good hits on Fourth Rider to take him out. And you can see here they're moving slowly up these crows, and here comes the mortars now by Army of 9. Oh no, that might be the FFO mortars, actually. It looks like number 2 moved right onto the radio, so they did find the radio. Right inside of those walls here, Old Man Hatter and Spooky.
Dumping momentarily.
The only ones up for Army of 9 because they were unable to get the radio down fast enough, and you can see Spooky shot Scarface fisticuffs flooding in. Oh, Baron dumps it, but oh, the problem is they just wasted the Logi because now FFO is all over the point. And that's going to be it for this fob, as Scarface will begin the digging procedures. Bear Jew to the north getting engaged here. Bill Nye all over him. Down he goes. Now 464 to 490.
Squad 3 is going to push into grape. So squad 2, you guys start pushing a little bit.
So FFO all over with their vehicles right now.
No, like you guys need to start kind of pushing, kind of be the offensive a little bit until we can.
Southwest of the fob. They just keep shooting me. Logic. In logic.
And here comes some more mortars right in the roadway. FFO capturing Hemp Farm. So the only one within a country mile of there is Bob Kebab. And he is moving up there slowly as he's getting engaged by Ballman and Noob Machine. Nade out. But New Machine finishes him off. But oh, Ballman has a beautiful YOLO throw by Bob. Doing the Kobe right on top of Ballman. Ballman going down. And now Moose looks like he's using this vehicle to move it up more. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't blow that up so it didn't block the roadway. And you can hear the frustration from Army of 9. They have no hab up anywhere. And now FFO is able to take this roadblock right where they want it to be. And if they want to, they can get it right here on this road, which is right where Moose is taking it. He's going to take this as far down as he can just to plug up this road. Here comes the Swiv. He'll back it up a little bit. And he'll leave it right in the middle of the road. Good luck moving that. That's frustrating right there if you are Army of 9, unable to get the supplies down fast enough. So Moose using the roadblock, sticking the cork in the road. FFO, you can see as we take a wide angle shot here, is now aggressively pushing on to Great Farm. And a huge difference from the first part of the game, the first round. FFO able to now securely push up. Harbinger of Death here just kind of doing the flanking mission. Him and Hitman Actual, these one-man teams just kind of doing the mortar investigating here as Hitman's moving in actually on Ghost. So JJ here with the sandbags. Got a little bit of coverage to the side, so nice job thinking about that. And then you can see in the middle of the field here, Ghost. First half's MVP sitting on the mortar again. Now they're losing Great Farm is the word from Army of 9. So the lack of fobs here completely costing them early on in this match. You can see the chaos as they're trying to get as many bodies as they can back into this area. Scarface controlling the wall, taking Flecktarn down. Scarface going down to Tricky.
Got one. I'm getting hit. I'm down.
Tricky down on that wall. Spooky moving into the south. Fishbowl down the field to the north. He definitely heard the striker moving up. So Bill Nye here now engaging. And he gets a rocket right in the side. So now he's going to want to get out of there. These tickets here for FFO, you don't want to lose them early, especially with the way this match is playing out. Magnum, I think he thought he killed Fishbowl there. Just took a bunch of shots. Peeled off, and then Fishbowl comes out and finishes him. That's why you confirm your kills, ladies and gentlemen, just to make sure. But he's going to try to bandage as fast as he can. Oh, and he's not able to. He bleeds out. Fishbowl down. This wall still under control by APOC and number 2.
Striker north of Great marked on map.
And FFO just bottlenecking this entrance here. And off to the south, there's New Machine and Broken. So FFO doing a great job here of just moving around. You can see Fourth Rider. Wow, look at this angle with Fourth Rider inside of the Humvee. That's the beautiful thing about this map and this Crow Humvee. As an average person sees this, but when he zooms in, he can see almost everything he wants from this hill range. So look at these shots he's putting on this building way off to the north. That's where the FFO had their mortars originally.
Possible fob, enemy hab, southeast marking now.
Copy.
So they're marking a hab or fob, but I don't think there is one here. So Nerdshade here, looks like they took down a vehicle. Nerdshade trying to figure out if he can get by with that. Almost a double plug here of vehicles on the road. So Army of 9 still trying to react. Neutralization of Great Farm by US. A double rocket kill by Noob Machine. So FFO just causing chaos everywhere right now for Army of 9. And Noob Machine right in the open takes him down. Valik right in the open with no gun out, and he goes down. Noob Machine going to fall back. Oh, and Nerdshade now with the open top has control of the entranceway from where all Army of 9 is pouring out of. So Bill Nye now really aggressive with his striker right out in the field. Engaging anyone. Harbinger, death on a wall goes down. Now Bill sees the smoke come out and just starts pumping rounds into the field. And all he's got to do is move a little bit. And he's out of the smoke. So Army of 9 now really needs vehicles or something to help change the tide. As you can see, Pickle, Ballman, Shot, and Fisticuffs are now on the point. They're still capping this. They should be a little bit of ways away here from completely controlling it. 366 to 482.
Orders incoming for effects.
Ballman might just have bad luck here as he's running right by Tricky. A one-shot. Down he goes. So here comes some more mortars, it sounds like. Sounds like a lot of mortars getting shot off. Excuse me, as these mortars coming right on top of where no one is. So for some reason they thought there's a lot more guys here than what there was. This is originally where FFO had their Humvee. There's the official capture of Grape Farm. Oh, Hebrew Hammer taking Spooky and Valik down. Hebrew Hammer here just is beautiful because there's only one way in. As he now jumps out of the window. Oh, and he's right on top of the Hab. Old Man Hatter, no idea. He's right behind him. And he pushes right in on Bob. Takes Bob down. Hitman, no idea where he's at. Sarge spawns in. Sarge goes down. Hitman still has no idea where he's at. Cameron B coming back here now. Finally, someone from Army of 9 reacting. Oh, and Hebrew Hammer goes down, but now they know where that Hab is at. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Mark go directly on top of this now. And watch those mortars rain in hell. So Bill now getting right. Wow, you can see how beautifully he wants to get right on this wall. And he's got sight lines on the hill for days on the next cap point. So Army of 9 still peppering the hell out of this spot with nothing there. You can see Bear Juice sees the vehicle on the road. Not going to be able to go that way. He'll have to go through the river, which is scary in and of itself. Even though there's no FFO there now, if there is, you would have no idea. There's so many different areas you have to check before you can move anywhere. And the only place you can hope to get out is usually right around here or right over the wall. You can see Archangel here in the Crow, controlling more of the field. So FFO's mortars just missing this Hab. Oh, there's one right on top of the Hab. Another one on top of the Hab. Another one on top of the Hab. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. So FFO now, once they find those Habs, this is just scary. Oh, it takes one accurate mortar right. Oh, and that one right next to it. This is just scary as hell.
Fuck me.
You can hear them, the mass chaos. 4 men digging is what it took to survive that mortar. Because as soon as that roof is gone, they were all sitting ducks. So now this is their chance as the mortars reload to get some bodies out back into the fight. But these vehicles here, Bear Jew, look at this, how close he is to this vehicle. So this is how close they are, but Bear Jew just unable to move, and now he finally decides to take down that vehicle. So Bear Jew, with his vehicle, not really sure where he wants to go. New Machine here is, I don't know if he just doesn't see them. But now he does. Rocket right in the back of Bear Jew. Another rocket, and Bear Jew's going to blow up. There he goes. Boom. 264, 478. Mortar's still reigning in health. The wall's still up in this little Ewok village we got. So mortars are just laying in right into him. FFO, let's swing somewhere else here. You can see Backpack and Fumaza doing a small little push on the mortar team. Baron Von Noodles and Benamor going down. And FFO storming the point as well. Wow, just look at FFO. The coordination here with the mortar, with adding the mortars to FFO's arsenal. I mean, this is just borderline scary here. This is their defense point for Army of 9, and FFO brought almost a full squad in here, cleared this. At the same time, they cleared mortars. At the same time, they have completely decimated this spawn point for Army of 9. Oh, and oh, by the way, they're defending their flag perfectly well. So our FFO just all over the board here. Army of 9 now. In a matter of minutes here, a couple seconds here, and there it goes. It starts to capture directly on top of Orchard. You can see on the map there's not a lot of Army of 9. They are spawning almost back at the emergency fob here. Oh no, that's their main. I'm sorry, that's how far back this has been pushed. Back to their main. FFO all over this point already, and they have the sights, they have the optics.
I think we just need to have all squads fall back to Orchard just for mercy.
Agreed. Copy.
Yeah, we just need everyone going so we don't fucking... Everybody get to Orchard. Just, I mean, it's a fucking loss, we know. So just get back to Orchard so we don't just look like fucking pathetic.
Right. My squad's taking the north side of Orchard.
So shooting gallery here is Magnum, Scarface, and Spooky. Look at this. All of Army of 9 trying to flood in, and they are just getting destroyed by this beautiful containment of Scarface, Magnum, just taking all of them down with these optics. Spooky up on the wall. Flectarn getting shot. Tricky goes, oh, Tricky's hurt. Falik and Spooky trying to cross. So this is almost a squad and a half just straight murdered in the open by FFO. And now here comes some more mortars. Might have actually been a couple grenades, but FFO just, wow. Just coordinated assaults here. Bombing, pushing into where the mortars were. You can see Bill Nye now moving up with his vehicle.
I'm getting fucked just trying to leave main now.
Yeah. So FFO just putting it right to him.
They got a beautiful main crossfire going on.
All squads, make sure you got your guys tossing smoke to the Orchard.
So here come the grenades, here come the mortars. So this is the bad thing for Army of 9. You didn't get there fast enough. Now the mortars are going to start pinning them down even more. APOC pushing here. The nice thing about him pushing is he will take down that rally right on top of Decken. So rally goes down. Decken throwing smokes out. APOC clearing him out. A nade goes on. Bear Jew and Ghost goes down. I mean, this is almost... You can't plan this. There's the official capture of Orchard. His own mortars take down APOC. So now FFO will look at the map here. They control the board. Army of 9 now pushed back to main. It's just utter chaos here. So many bodies for Army of 9. Vehicles all over the place. Flectarn in the river. More mortars coming in on top of Army of 9. So Army of 9 trying to go all in on the point to secure at least some of the tickets here. But when they did, the beautiful crossfire by FFO, even acknowledged by Army of 9 about how well that was, completely just wrecked. You can still see the bodies just everywhere here for Army of 9. It's just a graveyard. A graveyard of hopes and dreams. Of FFO just putting in work on them. Now they're having to move more to the south. You can see the ticket bleed from controlling all the points. They're now down to 67 tickets to 482. So Army of 9 now trying to do everything they can. Conserve some of these tickets here. They really needed a win to try to keep their hopes alive for making the International Squad Knockout Tournament inaugural Premier League roster where 8 teams will get to move on to the most competitive of competitive in squad environment, a double elimination bracket, as Sarge, Tricky, and Cameron all go down. You can see FFO shot number 2 in APOC, and this is just scary when you can start getting all of FFO together. The chaos they can do, because before they were doing it with small groups, but now when they're a systematic killing machine, kill switch going down, Swanee goes down, they are able to just control the map when they are able to do what they want to do by pushing up here. So officially, an end 481 tickets for FFO. Look at the kills, folks. 127 to 41. The shooters on FFO and the mortars spelled the ultimate demise for Army of 9. Wow, what a match. Just a beautiful, beautiful display of all-around warfare. The first map, back and forth by both teams for most of it. A beautiful job. And then FFO, the second round, I think they wanted to make sure they got enough time to get their cookies made for Game of Thrones here, but they just put on a school clinic. The second round just went right through Army of 9 point by point systematically. Pretty much Army of 9, what cost them, though, was not getting the supplies to the Logi, from the Logi to that fob at the initial spawn. They were never able to get onto hemp. They were never able to get a foot in the door, and that kind of put them on the back almost the whole rest of the match. So again, about a 600-700 point win for FFO altogether. Army of 9 will fall to 2 and 3 in the group stage. FFO will be 4-1 and all but securing their spot in the Premier League division. That will wrap us up here, folks. Still, again, plenty of time here before Game of Thrones. All of you will get your chance to go watch that. I'm Hanik31. Make sure you stop in our discord.me/ISKT and let us know what you think of the broadcast, things we can do better. We want to make sure you guys get a good look at all the action here. And also stop by internationalsquad.com, where you can sign up your own team to compete in our inaugural International Squad Knockout Tournament Open League, where any team can sign up and get a chance to play one of the lower tier premier teams who ends up being on the low side this season, and they can actually move your team up into the premier. Much like the European soccer or football, you will be able to swap places with those teams. So it's definitely a great match here for FFO. Again, about a 600-700 point win for FFO. Army of 9 falling in both rounds, falling the 2 and 3. And that will end it, folks. I am Hanik31. Again, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, check us out on Discord, and I will catch all of you next time. Pushing up from the backside. They don't see them yet. They're coming around the corner. Now they see them, and down they go. Body after body, and the last guy goes down. There's not one survivor left. Taking up that half right now, and here comes the waterfall. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 guys pushing off the rally. Tickets are dead even right now. This is anyone's competition. That right there is what competitive squad is all about.